Well, well, well. I knew this day would come. It happened again. I got framed yet again by another random YouTuber. A YouTuber who saw someone performing this very same trick of framing people and thought it would help him out to getting him some attention. They got a funny method, I must say. A method where they pull the victim card after getting their ass handed to them. After a beating they fully deserved, they proceed to crawl into their dusty room and fabricate a video. A video where they make up fake stories about what happened to them to make it seem sad, just so people will sympathize with them and give them the attention they never got. And the funniest part? It's actually working. Somehow, their fans are losing sleep over something that happened in a game. We're talking in-game events here, yet they react like you just blew their grandma's ashes right in their up face. It's all good though. Luckily, I got all the footage I need to fully end this random YouTuber and seal this case. Before we are getting into this, if you know who I am talking about, please don't give this group of random YouTubers any attention. Don't go to their channels because that's what they're ultimately looking for. Thank you. All right then, let me show you parts of a video this random YouTuber made about me. I won't say his name. Let's just call him Cooper, like a good little dog. After all, I did put a leash on him. I will show you his story now.
20K, yes sir, skate. But like I was saying, bro, listen, I didn't know this was Peaceful Lemon from the jump. I told somebody, like, bro, I just fought these weird ass phone members, bro. He said, let me see their names. I sent him the names. He's like, bro, that's Peaceful Lemon, bro. He was playing weird. I'm like, bro, he was playing weird as hell, bro. Like, playing weird for no reason, bro. Missing old pressure shots and everything like that, bro. But I ain't gonna spoil the video. I just want to say, Peaceful Lemon, you're a weird ass nigga. I see why you don't upload videos no more, and if you call me out for a sniper 1v1, I am not gonna go against you because you do use freeze leg, and you lucky I was kind enough not to put the shit in there, because I don't really like exposing people, bro. Like, I really be giving the benefit of the doubt, bro. Like, I don't really like exposing them, bro. Like, when you was blowing yourself up and you was on the ground after I shot you with that sniper and then you pop back up and blew yourself up, I didn't want to put that in there because I feel like that's unnecessary. Niggas don't want to see that, bro. Niggas want to see content. They want to see niggas fighting, you feel me? I should have put it in there, bro, because you weird, bro. But GG's to you, bro, you bitch ass, you feel me? I'll catch up with you again.
Cooper claims he randomly saw me in his session. He was just unlucky that it was actually me playing on that account. Something most people don't realize is all my PS5 accounts are borrowed from other people. I don't have my own PS5 account. The owners of those accounts play on them regularly too. Just because you see me using and posting videos using an account every now and then doesn't mean it's always me. All right. So apparently he randomly saw me and had to ask his friend who we were. Yeah, right. Complete nonsense. This random stalks creators just to make fake drama videos where he pretends to be the hero, making himself seem like the good guy since his crusty YouTube channel is dying. It's not surprising that when you post complete noobs with barely any PvP experience, guys who stand still while sniping, etc., your content ends up boring as hell for your audience. Next, Cooper claims that I'm playing weird. Let me clarify something. The session I was in is called a bad sports session, a session you get thrown into after griefing hundreds of players in about a single day. It's where cheaters, god mode abusers, glitch exploiters, and straight-up griefers end up after ruining regular clean lobbies. I got into the bad sports session using a glitch, just so I could have my fun in there, showing them how to properly grief and give them the kind of trauma they won't forget. So, yes, in this type of session, it's best to abuse anything you can against these kinds of players. I must say, even though it's bad sport, I still play with reason. I only start getting abusive when others do it to me first. When someone plays fair, I play fair too for the most time. After all, it's a game and it's free mode. There are no rules here. If something bothers you in game, you are free to leave. Next, he claims that I used a lag switch against him, but for some reason he doesn't want to show it in his video. You'd need more than half a brain cell to come up with a decent lie. Cooper did a great job proving he didn't have that. Let me tell you something funny. In that very same session, Another creator named Pato was there. I didn't even know he was in the lobby until I saw Cooper and his friends post a video about him too, claiming he used a lag switch. It's like they're all reading off the same tired script, using the same excuse on every creator they run into. This whole lag excuse was clearly just his way out of a sniper 1v1, because he knows he'd get embarrassed by someone who's barely been playing on console for a year. Next, he says that he sees why I don't upload videos anymore. The only reason I don't post as often is because I am busy. Can't make it any simpler than that. All right, let me show you the next part of Cooper's video. Here you see my friend who is after a guy called Trap Matter. We have been fighting him for a long time, but for some reason Cooper thought it was all about him and that we were after him. If we wanted to, we could have killed you a long time ago, but you are just a random. And just so that no one can say otherwise, I'm gonna show my clips of me killing Trap Matter. These encounters were all in different lobbies. Here you can see Cooper in the kill feed as we were focusing on Trap Matter. Here I got mugged, so I teleported away into a job. After I left the job, I decided to teleport to my facility to take a short break. You can clearly see me standing still here with no intention to orb anyone. Let me fast forward so you can see I didn't cut anything out. I don't want any mistakes happening, like last time when proof got left out. At some point, my friend asked me for an invite to my facility so she could take a break. And then out of nowhere, I get this message from Cooper. At first, I didn't think much of it. Random noobs in bad sport do this all the time to get attention. All right, let me switch back to Cooper, his POV. Look how he makes up a story about me looking to orb him.
Alright, y'all, so this red guy, that's Peaceful Lemon. He was trying to orb me for at least 10 minutes, and I was just standing under the bridge because, is it really that serious, bro? Is it that serious? You want one kill, and you missed the old pressure missile shot on me when I was standing still. You're bad at the game, for real. I see why you don't upload no more, bro. You're a score warrior, for real. Alright, I text this guy and I was like, is it that serious, bro? Like, come on now, get out your orbital cannon. Just come and fight me. And he invited her to the facility on some weird shit.
At this point, I was trying to kill this light green guy when Cooper decides to hide into Ghost and comes to kill me. So it was time to get active. Look at the way he starts to run towards me all excited, gooning for that auto-aim. I wasn't even playing serious at this point. He went into Ghost, and I didn't bother activating it. The way he ran straight for auto-aim told me all I needed to know. This guy's a full-on noob. So at this point, he is up in score. It's 2-1 for Cooper. He's still in Ghost, and starts to blow himself up once I hit him so I won't get the kill.
Dummy, stop trying to play like a weirdo. Play like a weirdo, weird things happen to you.
He was getting all excited over an auto-aim kill, but it was nothing to jerk off over. At this point, I realized he probably knew who I was. That's likely why he was playing so scared, just chasing easy kills. So, I decided to turn on Ghost. But of course, since he knows who I am, his next move is to run, because he knows it's not going to end well when someone starts playing like he does. So I decided to teleport to a roof to try and get him. As he was texting me, trying to be all toxic, I started to hit him. I believe he started tweaking out and mashed all his buttons, making him exit his car accidentally, because ain't no way he just hops out the car like that. He then respawns and teleports away as he got ran over by a NPC. I simply waited for him to teleport back. Bro's doing all that effort just to end up exploding anyways.
Don't kill me. I knew it, bruh. They so weird.
The way he has to call you weird just for outplaying him, that's peak coping. He then proceeds to EWO loop. I'm just showing all of this because Cooper liked to complain about me EWO looping when he was the one who started off with it. I decided to get off the roof because I knew he was scared of it. So I went to ground level instead. But apparently even that was too much for him. So he ran and teleported away. I didn't know where he was, so I decided to go into a RC. There he appears again after teleporting. Since all he does is EWO looping and running away when he sees me, I decided to RC kill him.
I need my perk 30. Bro, these niggas so lame, bruh.
His playstyle's simple. If he's up in score, he runs. But if it's tied or you're ahead, that's when he suddenly wants to fight. At this point, I decided to teleport to a roof. Not because of Cooper, but because of this brown barcode who is in a God mode Corvette. Well, he's up in score again, so it's time for him to hide inside his facility so no one can kill him. I knew he wanted to orb me, so I was sitting in a wall breach so he couldn't get it. When he realized I'm not stupid, he went off radar. I knew he wanted to teleport next to me, so I teleported away. After waiting for his off radar to run out, I checked the map to see where he was. He teleported into a wall breach at the airport. So I teleported next to the airport and called my RC. I am going to use a very dirty glitch to kill him inside his wall breach. I am not going to show how it works because that would be the end of GTA 5.
Spite them too, dummy. Oh! What the fuck?
Apparently, he was streaming in the PlayStation party and invited everyone and their grannies to watch. There were way too many people laughing in there. I just know he was foaming up his mouth, all excited, telling everybody he was in a lobby with Peaceful Lemon.
Damn, nigga. God damn.
What happened, bro?
Yeah, he definitely dunked in real life. That nigga dunked in real life all types of shit. Thought he got shot at.
Yo!
The Baco nigga got hit the thing.
How the f he getting a glitch with his with his RC? He came in a glitch with his RC, bro, and killed me.
Report his ass.
I saw he was in a car with his friend, trying to bait me into orbing him. But I'm not that dumb. He told his friend to go passive so I'd miss the orb. Cooper is still targetable, but since the car's driven by someone in passive, I wouldn't get the kill anyway. At least I thought he was that smart. Turns out, I gave him too much credit, because he messed up the whole plan. Instead of letting his friend drive in passive mode, Cooper drove the car himself, making it destructible and handing me the kill. He was too embarrassed to admit his plan failed, so he made up a story in his video saying that he was simply driving around. You can already hear his friends in chat questioning him who is driving since he knew something is wrong.
Yeah, since you driving the car, I think you'll be able to go.
Yo! Bro, fight me 101! Like, what the fuck? You niggas got beat up on the ground. Now y'all playing like a bunch of bitches. Like what? They got them missing, dude. Now they both off the radar. Oh my god. Like what?
When he got 4 kills on me and Ghost, it was all good. But when I go off radar, it's a problem.
You ain't got it a lot, so I mean, dude. Like it's 2v1. You niggas teleported everywhere and still getting killed and y'all scared.
Yes, he made it into a 2 versus 1 for messaging the both of us looking for attention. Could have been a 2 versus 2 if his random friend wasn't scared and exited passive mode to help his dusty ass out.
One of y'all niggas on standby because I think I'm gonna get the dope.
Shit.
Yep. I'm on standby. Come in, nigga.
Suddenly, his friends want to join in too, as you can hear. But he ends the video here already for some reason. This was just the beginning of the fight. But he's too embarrassed to show how much he tried and managed to fail this bad. After I smoked him, he continued to EWO and teleport away, as you can see on the map. Since he teleported, I teleported too. It's that easy. He went into Ghost, so I took a 3-minute break and came back when his Ghost ran out. Once back, I noticed that he was in an undermap wall breach. He wanted me to orb him, thinking I don't know about this breach. I decided to teleport into a wall breach as well. I kept on checking up on him and saw that he kept on teleporting into multiple undermap wall breaches. At some point, my friend told me that she was going to put sticky bombs into every wall breach he was getting into. She would wait for Cooper to get into one of them wall breaches so she could explode the stickies and get the kill. I decided to exit the lobby and sell a car. Me exiting the lobby would make Cooper a little more comfortable, making him an easier target for my friend. Let's switch to my friend, her POV. After I left, my friend stayed under the map. She planted sticky bombs near job markers that Cooper was teleporting into, knowing Cooper would teleport into one. Then she entered an RC and waited for Cooper to make a move. My friend is going to use a glitch that lets her detonate those bombs while staying in her RC. Here you can see Cooper going into Ghost. She waited for Cooper's teleportation, watching closely, timing his teleport perfectly for the trap. And there he goes. Truly a top-tier play on a random who thinks he's fighting for his life in GTA. After witnessing all of this firsthand, Cooper decided to log off and take a 2-day break from the game entirely. It was too much for this mad random. 2 days later, after Cooper posted his fabricated video, he decides to join in my session again. But this time, he took someone with him, another small random YouTuber. Watch. So we got 2 wannabe YouTubers in here now. Yeah, this is gonna be good. So I immediately knew Cooper is gonna get more randoms into the session to help him out, since he knows he's garbage and can't do it himself. So I teleported away to scope out and get some intel on the situation. After confirming that Cooper got one friend in, I got into my orb and spectated him. I noticed that he was in a RC car, so I asked my friend if she could destroy the car so I could orb kill him. There you can see little sparks of his broken RC. So I started to charge up. He was hiding in his RC for at least 20 minutes. For the most of the time, I was scrolling on IG Reels while this guy was all sweating in his RC. They all ended up hiding in their facilities for like 30 more minutes, so I decided to leave. If they want to play the hiding game like that, I'm gonna get even dirtier. I know how desperate these people are to kill me. I knew they'd follow me into the next session. So, as I joined, I immediately got ready for them. I'm going to use an insanely dirty glitch that lets me kill players while they're still stuck in the loading screen trying to join into the lobby. I'm not going to show how it works, and I think most people would prefer to keep it that way. I blocked all of Cooper's friends on purpose so I could see exactly when they'd join, giving me the good chance to hit them with this glitch. Here we can see one of Cooper's noob friends joining in. This guy cared a lot. This was the guy sitting in passive the whole day next to Cooper. And there he goes. All that hiding for nothing. The best part is, they will never know that you killed them. He just joined in like nothing happened. Here, another new player gets killed through the glitch. Everyone in Bad Sport knows each other. We remember the gamer tags since there are only like 2 lobbies. So seeing new names pop up, especially in this situation where Cooper and his friends want revenge, strongly suggests those new players are connected to them. For example, here another new player joins the Bad Sport session. I knew right away this account was associated with Cooper, and I was right. It turns out this account belongs to yet another random YouTuber who always makes videos with Cooper. And here, another one of Cooper's YouTube friends joins in. So that makes 3 YouTubers in total trying to team up against me and my friend. I decided to teleport to my facility to inspect the new players' profiles. After carefully researching and comparing these YouTubers' videos and checking their friend lists, Here are the confirmed friends that Cooper asked to join Bad Sport to help him out. Cooper himself wasn't in the session, but this new player might just be filling his spot. There are a couple other new names here as well, but it's unconfirmed if they are related to each other or not. They were all in the city pretending to fight other players, thinking I didn't know what kind of game they were playing. I know that as soon as I go outside, they all gonna focus on me and my friend. I decided to play real dirty. I went outside on an upside-down MK2. They brought in so many players, but none of that is gonna stop me from trying. For the first 3 kills, he almost convinced me he was just a random player. But that EWO right there confirmed my suspicion. He's definitely connected, as confirmed in Cooper and his friends' YouTube videos. In this clip, yet another new player joins Bad Sport. I could feel the connection instantly, and his CEO name literally referenced Cooper, confirming everything. And that EWO pretty much sealed it. I just know Cooper and his boys screamed at him telling him to do it. Here one of Cooper's noob YouTuber friends left the session. It was too much for him. And there he goes into passive mode. I saw them all fighting at the beach, so I decided to go there. Once I arrived, all 4 of them entered a RC. At some point, while everyone else was in an RC, I noticed this green guy EWO looping at the airport. Knowing he was a brand new name in Bad Sport, I figured he had to be linked to Cooper too, so I paid him a little visit. Once I got closer, he went into a RC as well, so it was obvious he was one of them. It was just a battle of EWO looping and hoping that one would get a lucky kill. I would have given him a fair fight without Ghost, but there were too many of his friends around. One sneaky orb kill could have had them celebrating like it meant something, so I played it safe the whole time. And at this point, Cold Sniper decided to join back and help out, so I decided to teleport away since my Ghost was running out anyways. And a little later, they all left the session, so I decided to go offline. The next day, I decide to hop on the game again, and the first session I join is with all Cooper's friends again. So I stepped outside and started getting active again. Here another new player who most likely is linked with them gets it, and shortly after he leaves as well, and Cooper follows him out of the lobby right after. After most of his friends left, I decided to pull this guy out of his RC again and try to kill him. I noticed he started low-key lag switching too. It's pretty well known that some of Cooper's group of noobs pull this kind of lag nonsense, and it started making sense. The EWO looping he's doing is just a method to sneak in lag kills. He triggers the lag while he's on a black screen, so it's less obvious. But he still slipped up, and I teleported away. My friend somehow managed to get a kill, which is crazy. I teleported onto the hangar roof and managed to kill yet another new guy who's also friends with them. He was focused on my friend the whole time and didn't even bother going after Orange since he is clearly with him. After smoking him, he ends up ghosting me and keeps focusing on my friend. I told her to just teleport away. It's too much dealing with one lag abuser and not knowing if the next guy's gonna start lagging too. Shortly after he rage quits as well, like many others of Cooper's friends did. At this point, everyone had already left my session except for one last noob standing here. He'd been watching the whole time. You'd expect him to be AFK, but notice how he's fully active and even goes into passive mode as soon as I get close. I simply quit the game and went offline again. The next day, I join into the game and notice 3 brand new usernames that look super suspicious. One of them even went into the orb right as I joined in, exactly like Cooper and his friends did. I entered my RC and expected Green to orb me since I knew it was Cooper on a new alt account. Notice how he checks the map just to confirm he really missed his orb on me. Next, Cooper grabs a MK2. I noticed he was lagging too, which pretty much confirmed it's the guys from the same group. And right here, you can really see how strong that lag is. I hit his sticky, but got the kill almost 5 seconds later. He plays exactly like Cooper. I'm showing you the similarities in Cooper's gameplay as clearly as I can. The EWO looping got too much, so I went after yet another new player who I knew was friends with Cooper. I've beaten this guy countless times before, but I had to remind him I was still around. After this kill, he started to argue with me in DMs. Here he mentions my legendary RC kill against Cooper inside his wall breach, which confirms how close he is with Cooper. Every suspicion I had about these randoms ended up being dead accurate when it comes to who's connected to who. I restarted my PS5 real quick and rejoined the same lobby 2 minutes later. Notice how Cooper's suddenly back on his main account, and the one he was lagging on conveniently disappeared. He's pretty much exposing himself, handing me free clues at this point. Here we can see Cooper inviting the guy who was arguing against me into his hangar. I noticed a bunch of new alt accounts in this session who was associated with Cooper. I teleported next to one of them and noticed that he was in a God mode Corvette. This guy doesn't realize that he also got sniped through my glitch as he was joining into the session earlier. Unfortunately, that clip somehow corrupted for me to show. There was at least 3 people looking to orb kill me, so I only went outside and ghost. I decided to glitch kill people again who were joining in, another new name in bad sport. And I could tell right away he was one of Cooper's. I then went into a RC and got another new alt account who was clearly associated with Cooper. He was having a friendly fight with the guy I glitch killed a minute ago. I would usually never play like this, but since there's multiple people in the orb trying to get me and help Cooper out, I didn't have any choice but to play dirty against every single one of them. I know some of my links to Cooper seem far-fetched, but this really proves my point. He mentioned that Cooper had beaten me, even though I was the one winning and still am the one winning for multiple days against Cooper and over 10 of his friends. I got back on my upside-down MK2 and got after as many of Cooper's friends as I could. And there he rage quits the session. I teleported back to my facility since Ghost was running out. And just to prove I'm not making excuses for playing dirty, Cooper's friends were still in the orb, looking for me. They are in the orb for over an hour. There's no black and white proof they're friends with Cooper, but if you know how bad sport works, the connections are easy to spot. Once I activated Ghost again, I stepped outside and took out yet another new victim tied to Cooper. This guy was hiding inside for about an hour and walked outside when he thought I didn't know about him. He teleported away right after getting killed, just like he was following Cooper's noob playbook. I ended up rejoining the session since I lagged out. When I rejoined, the 2 randoms who were camping in the facility trying to get me for the past 2 hours went outside. It didn't make any sense. Suddenly walking around all confident after sitting scared in the orb for 2 hours. So I started to spectate him with my orb. At first it seems like he's chilling outside in a car, but it was very obvious to me that this wasn't a normal car. I noticed they were standing next to a job, clearly hoping I'd orb them or teleport over for an easy kill. Instead, I just joined the job to get a better look at them. There you see them in a God mode Corvette. If I orbed, I'd miss. If I teleported next to them, I couldn't kill them. They would have gotten me instead. I was in that session for about an hour, and all they did was sit in that God mode Corvette, pretending they weren't tied to Cooper. But I've seen this pattern before. Most of the accounts he brings into bad sport are just alts of the same people I've already beaten. I let him orb me just to prove a point. My suspicion was right. They're linked with Cooper. I've never even interacted with these two people before, yet somehow they care this much about me. That kind of obsession doesn't just come out of nowhere. Took them about 3 hours to try and orb me. They got the orb kill and immediately ran into passive. One of them was still in a God mode car, but even that wasn't enough to make him feel safe. That alone tells you how scared they really were. After all that, I just left the session and joined a quieter one. I wanted to glitch kill Cooper's friends again. I knew they'd follow me, probably on new alt accounts, desperate to catch me slipping. And here comes yet another one of Cooper's friends joining in, searching for me. While glitch sniping Trap Matter came on a MK2 in off radar trying to get me. At some point, this lag switcher came in as well. And since it was just him, I wanted to give him a fair fight. But all he ended up doing is EWO looping after every snipe I hit. So I ended up leaving the session. And every time I left, he kept on rejoining me. I leave. He comes back. This went on for like 10 minutes until he finally gave up. Right after he gave up, a brand new account joins the session. And I instantly knew it was someone related to Cooper. He joined in but never showed up on the map. That alone told me everything. He was scared, and without a doubt linked to Cooper. So I went into my orb to see where he was at. And look at that. He is in a RC, sitting right next to my old location on the map where I was glitch sniping people. I decided to leave the session and join a new one. I join, see one of Cooper's friends and a fresh alt account. Felt it right away. He's linked with Cooper. And before you think I'm crazy, just look at his friends list that he accidentally left open. All of Cooper's friends are in here. It was time to go outside and kill. And right here, I make him quit yet again. And at some point, this officials guy joined back in looking for me, spamming rockets at ghosts. I immediately went into the next RC and saw that random leaving. I went ghost and upside down to kill Colgate. He's one of Cooper's. However, he quickly left my session, along with his other random friend. 2 days later, I hop back on the game, and look who's there. Colgate right there in the session again. And it seemed like he was solo. He was standing on a building, so I decided to teleport next to him. As soon as I got there, he went into a RC. So I went into a RC as well. I was driving around for like 3 minutes making sure no one else was around to help him. Once I was sure, I exited the RC. And the timing was crazy, he left his RC at the exact same time. My friend decided to go into passive mode so we could have a clean fight for once. It wasn't clean at all though. Even this guy started using a lag switch. Check the map. He's facing the other way, so it should be safe for me to walk in. But in reality, he was already spamming grenades at me, trying to get a cheap kill. Let's watch it one more time. Notice how, on my end, he's looking the other way. But on his screen, he was already facing me and spamming grenades. Once he's done spamming, he disables the lag. And suddenly the game shows his real-time movement again as he turns around. But the timing doesn't add up. The grenades are already exploding not even a second later when he turns. Clear sign of lag manipulation. This entire group around Cooper all play the same way. Since they are all bad at sniping, even losing against me while I'm rusty, they resort to cheap tactics, like shaking your screen just to land a shot. This goofball really thinks he's me, shooting a homing and a flare, trying to curve a rocket like I do. Even after knowing he uses lag, I still continued the fight. And here he goes again, firing grenades into the sky just to shake my screen. Anything but snipe normally. At some point, he felt the need to join a CEO. I gave him an opportunity to play normal, but if he resorts to that type of playstyle, I will go back to dirty play as well. So I teleported away and grabbed my oppressor. And as I got on it, I got my CEO as well. So it was pretty much over for this random mad guy. Lil bro was doing tricks on the floor for some reason. After this, he ended up rage quitting the session again. As he left, his friend Calm Winds joined in, so I knew a bunch of others would join too on alt accounts. I teleported close, and look who's back. Colgate finally calmed down and felt confident enough to return for another beating. Lil Bro doing acrobatics and everything. All he was good at was blowing himself up for the past 3 days. At some point, I decided to go into a RC. There was more and more alt accounts coming in, everyone against me. At some point, these two friends of Cooper left, so I exited my RC. He was spamming so many nades and never hit any of them. Watch this grenade fly into his stankin' mouth. Real easy. At some point, this God Mode player goes off radar, so I teleported away. I went away for 1 minute, and when I came back, this random noob had rage quit again. So I decided to head out again. This guy tried to jump in while I was busy with Colgate, so I went straight for him. At some point, I couldn't even tell who was after me anymore. All the known accounts had left, so me and my friend went under the map to see who'd make a move and come for us. Not long after, we noticed a guy approaching us in his RC car. There was nobody else in the area, so it was clear he was heading straight for us. And there he goes. A brand new alt account named Lil Smith, suddenly obsessed with us out of nowhere. After that, I took a short break, went AFK for about 10 minutes, and of course one of Cooper's friends just had to join the session again. Probably got sent in here to help out Lil Smith. So I went outside again, ready to hunt down more of those brand new alt accounts. And this one right here seemed a little too close to that AW guy. While I was trying to go after the AW guy, Smith out of nowhere got me. Smith was nowhere to be seen for about 10 minutes, so I decided to go after an unrelated enemy of mine. And here comes Smith again, pulling up in an Imani Tech RC car. At this point, I started getting a strong feeling. There's only one guy who plays this scared around me, the same one who got stomped before, and remembers it. Later on, you will see clearly who this guy is. He drove that RC car around for a solid 10 minutes, being all scared. So I waited for my friend to destroy his car so I could orb him. And there he goes. I proceeded to head outside. Well, what do we have here? That's right, a jetpack. In all the months I've been in bad sport, I've never seen one of them until now. Let me show you something interesting. That Colgate guy who just rage quit? Yeah, that's this YouTuber right here. If you're active in the community, you'll recognize the profile picture instantly. Now you know exactly who these mad randoms really are. Well, look who's out here begging for backup in bad sport. He couldn't handle a 2 versus 26, so they had to drag in another noob just to make it 2 versus 27. And, of course, all of this went down in private, not in the YouTube comments. They'll never admit it, but if you've got more than half a brain cell, it's not hard to connect the dots. This group has so many alt GTA accounts, handing one over to this lizard is light work for them. If the clips are good and they're on the winning side, he'll keep the account and post with it. But if he gets stomped on, the account gets thrown away and suddenly no one knows who was on it or will ever admit to it. Just the usual routine with these randoms. In my opinion, hitting a jetpack is harder than hitting an oppressor. It isn't as common, so you don't get as much practice. My friend managed to snipe this little lizard off of it. Since the lizard always cries about EWO, he just snacks instead, as if that's somehow any better. Right here, he tries to get a sneaky drone kill on me. Classic move when you've got no aim. At some point, he teleported into his orb trying to get a kill on us, so we teleported under the map. At some point, he was off the map for nearly 15 minutes, so I went into my orb to see where he was. He was in his RC in front of his facility. I decided to teleport next to him, and he exited his RC. Just a goon with his little drone again. I went into my RC when I saw that, and he went into his RC as well. Once he exited, I went after him. He proceeded to teleport away. Back into his orb. At some point, he went off radar in a Savage. I proceeded to snipe it. Once it started smoking, he jumped out of it. Once he was back on the map, he entered passive mode. In passive, he entered his little jetpack and went back to being a noob on it. Once he went out of passive, I sniped him off of it. Yes. And there he goes. A little while later, after getting clapped a few more times by my friends, he decided to leave the lobby, just like the 26 other players in his group already did. That was the full war with Cooper and his random noobs over the past 2 weeks. I've never seen a group care this much about getting kills on me and my friend. They lose, switch to alt accounts, lose again, and eventually leave bad sport altogether. Out of 27 accounts, at least 10 are clearly the same people cycling through new names. The rest, legit Cooper's friends. All of them got straight up cooked. And if you don't believe me, look at this. Here's Cooper asking his fans or his friends to DM him. And notice, he only asks this to people in bad sport. You already know those DMs were full of him asking for help against me since he was planning a video on me, but he'll never admit it. He ended up deleting most of these comments too, so this is just a fraction of what I could show. So there you have it. Proof of just how much effort Cooper alone puts into gathering people. This whole group of random YouTubers all go around gathering people, and if they're out here asking publicly on YouTube, you already know they're DMing people on Instagram and Discord too, literally begging for help. And really, who wouldn't want to jump at the chance to get a kill on Peaceful Lemon? Cooper and his friends cared way too much when it came to fighting me. I always knew these mad random YouTubers would switch up eventually. What they don't realize is, I've farmed them plenty of times before. I lost a lot of clips, but I've still got a few leftovers from months ago. And yes, these were also in bad sport. So you already know it was dirty play, which is acceptable since it's bad sport. Let's start with one of those old encounters. Here we have Cooper and his random friend who 100% threw his account away like they all do after getting cooked by me and my friend. During this time, my account was a low level, which means that I was a one-shot instead of a two-shot with BST. Here you see Cooper and his friend. They randomly started to kill some guys who we was friendly with in the session, so we decided to help them out. As you can see, I was a one-shot, and every time I landed a hit on him, he immediately EWO'd. There was no point in playing normal for me. He knew exactly what he was doing, abusing the one-shot and EWOing the second he got hit. So he became an off-radar heli player. So I knew what time it was. I teleported to my facility and picked up a Savage myself. Back here, I was still new to flying, but it was still working out for me. You can see a big difference in their gameplay. When they don't know who you are, they are super comfortable dying and don't care as much. In this instance, we both didn't know who we were. My friend was smoking the both of them on the ground as well. Lil Bro went into Ghost. Luckily, I know how the spawns work in this game, so I knew approximately where he was. At some point, I got bored and simply left. I was a one-shot, and I wanted to play snipers with people who weren't EWO looping. From what I remember, my friend got Cooper's friend 13-1, so that explains why this random threw away his account and never posted with it. Let's move on to the next encounter. This is my encounter with Cooper's random YouTuber friend who was asking this lizard to help him out in bad sport. I was chilling in my car when I saw this guy killing my friend. This guy renamed his account to Local Plumber Man, and out of nowhere I got this message from this mad YouTuber. I didn't know who he was, but the fact he looks for attention like this told me that he knew who I was. I simply started to kill them. At some point, he was rage baiting my friend with a fake score, so I started to rage bait him with the real score. I was still a one-shot at the time, so I couldn't play normally. I can't find my clips of this exact part, but this guy messaged me telling me that he's live streaming and sent me his YouTube name. So I went to check it out, and it was true. He was live. He asked me for a one-on-one sniper battle, so I agreed to it. I was super rusty at sniping back here because most of the time I was trying to fly helis, trying to level up my account until I was a two-shot. So here I am in his lobby. Keep in mind, this guy snipes 24/7. Meanwhile, I wasn't even sniping actively anymore, and I was still pretty new to console since I used to be a main PC player. Yeah. Even when I played fair against someone who should have had the upper hand against me, a native PS5 player sniping 24/7, catching me in my rusty state, I still beat him. These were all the encounters I wanted to cover in this video. Now it's time to break it down. I'll show you which account belongs to who and whether they've changed their names or not. I can already tell you they paid for multiple name changes after my fights. Let's talk about how this group really operates. It all starts with Cooper, the main guy who started off this entire beef. But once things got out of hand and he couldn't handle it alone, he asked this guy for help. And when that wasn't enough, he brought in another random to back him up. As you can see, they've built up a decent following. So once they realized I wasn't just another regular player, the panic set in, and suddenly they were asking their community for backup against me. Here's a list of everyone who was probably in on it. 27 accounts in total. And since they love deleting videos to hide their in-game identities, here's a recording of them playing on the exact accounts I've beaten before. No more deleting proof for these randoms.
My videos recommended anyway, so go ahead and sub, twin. I'm on your ass.
This case is closed. I don't want to hear another word from this group of clout-chasing nobodies. Too bad for you. I've got the clips you wish never existed. Still, I gotta hand it to you all. You might be trash at the game, but damn, you sure know how to generate content for me. Professional clip bots, top of the line, I must say.
Like, what if you get peaceful on his account? Oh my god, I'm gonna get clipped. Oh my god, Chad, I'm gonna get clipped. I'm gonna get clipped. I'm gonna get clipped. He gonna clip me. Ah, he gonna clip me. Ah, he gonna clip me. Ah, here it is.
Being this dramatic on stream about me, knowing full well what actually had happened to you, is beyond insane. And one last thing I need to say. To the random noobs talking smack about me in your comments. Yeah, their time is coming too. Most of them have already been clipped before. There's always a reason they're mad. And my clips make it crystal clear why. This was a super long video to edit, but it had to be thrown out there. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.